So this is our cross-country travel home on the road. Go! 2003 4Runner, 4th generation, I believe. I didn't really do anything in particular to her to make it exceptionally roadworthy. Start here with this here awning. Right before the trip, cross country, I bought this guy, and I put it up for the first time when I hit Colorado and broke it. I broke the awning. First time on this trip setting it up, and I broke it. The little plastic piece inside the leg had broken off, and I did some little fix on it, so technically it works, but to set this bad boy up on my own is possible, but not the easiest. Here's a dent. It was already here. I did not put it there. And it's definitely covered in ash because I'm in California and there's been a ton of wildfires. It's missing this Toyota emblem. I don't know where it went. I think it was stolen, actually. Okay, so let's start here with the back. So this is basically a sleeping platform that I built, and halfway through the build I realized that it was basically just a glorified pallet, as I work with leather, so that is so awkward. Why am I? Of course, I had to make leather handles for it, these leather poles. The paint was leftover paint from my kitchen that I had just painted, so it got a little fancier. So here are my two big drawers inside my glorified pallet, and these toppers here so that I have work surfaces when I take out my Coleman stove, for instance. And then I can use him as a place to cook. And then this gives me extra prep area here. So that's how that works. Makes a good work surface. Boom. Slatted top for ventilation and also for weight purposes, because the less wood and weight you're carrying, the better your miles per gallon is going to be. This is basically my sleeping platform. I think it's about 8 inches tall, so it still has enough room for me to be comfortable, even though I can't sit up when I'm on the mattress. This part here is what I flip up to make the bed. This is where Sailor's bed is supposed to go, but she decided that she does not want to sleep on her own bed. She wants to sleep on this little miniature cot-sized bed with me. So we both squeeze over here, and then this can all be, and then all this ends up being storage. Oh, there's Sailor. So this little part is just a little flap I made with hinges so that I can hide things under here from peeping eyes looking in windows. Toilet paper, essentials. Pack it in, pack it out, folks. And then just lots of dog hair, because that's usually what ends up in here when you live with the dog. I usually have a rooftop cargo carrier box thing on the top to make sure I really look like a tourist everywhere I go. This is my folding mattress. It folds into 3 and stacks up like this when it's not in use. To open it up, basically, just take this guy out. Try not to put him on the ground, but sometimes you have to put him on the ground. Then I have this flip part here that's on a piano hinge, and that is what I flip over to make the actual length of the bed. I undo the seat here, take off the dog cover, basically the dog hair cover, and I flip the seats down, and then I lay out the mattress on top. So I'm going to show you how I do that, which is pretty much our routine every night. So the first thing I do is I come over here. Is there a good place to be? And this is the dog hair everywhere. You know, I really should have cleaned before doing a car tour. So the first thing I have to do is take off this seat cover thing, which is basically just covered in dog hair, because this is where Sailor sits. So basically I have to take that out, pull it over. Then I just pull down the bottom seat and then push the magic button that makes the top seat go down. The magic of folding down a back seat in a 4Runner. You're welcome for this really engaging content. I've built this really complex mechanism to level out the mattress, so I want to share it with you. So this is the thing that I came up with to put on the back of the seat when it's folded down. And it's basically just 2 pieces of plywood, Sailor, screwed in place in a T, and then this little scrap piece of wood here to level it out, because when it is folded down like that, it is kind of a little bit of an incline. Put that guy there. And that basically gives the support for the platform when it flings down that way. You fling this guy down and he hits that T down there, and it makes a huge commotion and freaks people out. So what I've learned to do is to put something soft over there so that when it lands, it doesn't make a big noise. So I guess what we're gonna use now, because it's right here, is this pillow. So we're gonna throw this down there, and then I just no sound. Remove the pillow. And this is the most exciting part, because now's when you get to make the actual bed, so you get to lay down and go to sleep after your full day of driving. And each one just folds out. And it is a foam that's stiff enough that it doesn't need to be on any sort of springs or anything like that. Also covered in dog hair. It's just slightly long over here, so you just have to kind of angle it up a little bit on that side. And you can even do it a little bit more once you push that seat in the front further up. Now, it didn't come with any of the sheets. This was an old sheet that I had. My mom actually stitched it up to make this, basically she just folded it in half and stitched it. And this is removable and machine washable, so, you know, when things happen like your dog pukes in the bed early morning when you are in Texas and you have to clean it, you can easily just take this off and wash it.
Did you puke in the bed this morning, Sailor? Yes.
So I gotta be honest about this part of the car. This is usually a mess. And the reason why is usually I have a cooler here, which acts as a kind of table, which is nice for organization reasons, because I like to have everything organized right here on the cooler. I kind of use it as a tabletop. I have pepper spray there, I have my car keys, I have my glasses, just anything I need to grab really quick, and I want to know exactly where it is. If there is a dangerous situation that comes up, I don't want to have to be searching around for things that I really need. And my other rule is to always keep the driver's seat open and clutter-free, because if there's a dangerous situation, I don't want to have to be searching for my keys and then clearing off that seat and trying to get out of there. This helps because everything is right here contained, and if there's something that goes wrong, I can just split. I use the back of this seat as an organizer. I have a little washcloth there for washing my face at night, a little hair turban when I wash my hair with my little solar shower, which I can show you. Okay, let's talk these weird contraptions here. And this is a hack. I saw it on some 4Runner or car camping forum of some sort. These are actually these gutter guard kind of things. So when you have gutters on your house, you can put these on. They kind of work with a certain gutter system, I guess, and they snap into place on top to cover it so that leaves and debris don't get into the gutters and clog it. Sailor. But they also make really good window inserts. I cut them to shape, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a big plastic mesh on this side, and then it's like a window screen on this side, so it's really thin. So I can put one of these in each of the back windows. Just I roll up the window into the screen, and it sits right in there. So I get a Sailor, and that way I can get a cross circulation breeze thing between the 2 back windows. So that way you don't have to leave the windows open to the elements, usually bugs. There's usually some sort of flying insect, like right now. It keeps bugs out. Also, it kind of feels a little safer so no one's hand is like reaching through your window, like a nightmare situation. My water jug. Hey, Sailor. Psst. This is my water jug that I got. I believe it's 7 gallons. It's made by Reliance. And it is food grade, so you can actually drink the water out of here. So travel like that, and then when I get to where I want to be, I can just flip this down like that and use that to warm water. So this ends up being kind of messy. Same with the front seat. You want to go in? And then she takes up the whole bed. And then once she's in the bed, I come on this other side and I can crawl in here. Good girl. So that's how we look. That's how we crawl in the bed. And then we have to fight over who gets the most space in the bed. So it's actually kind of helpful because there's all this room under here and under there. So when you're crawling into the bed, you can kind of just take off your dirty shoes and leave them there, and you don't have to be in the bed when you take your shoes off. Here's my quick and easy shower setup, just so you can kind of see what it is. So I got this bucket and it folds down flat like this. Pop it down. I usually use this in actual established campgrounds, just because usually there I have a water hookup. I got this shower head on Amazon. So this piece here just submerges into the bucket. So it charges there, this opens up because it goes in the water, and this is power. This whole piece goes into the bucket like this. And then the other side is just like an actual little shower, handheld shower thing. And yeah, I use biodegradable soap, so I can just dump it out when I'm done right there on the ground. Yeah, pop-up bucket, submersible shower thing. So that is our 4Runner tour. So it's actually pretty comfortable, I can't complain. The bed itself is really comfortable. Once this is closed, we have ventilation here. We have ventilation on the two sides. And then if we need more ventilation, I can even open the two front windows a little bit. So anyway, thanks for coming to my tour of my 2003 4Runner, which I have been living in off and on over the summer while we travel around. If you have questions, I guess just drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. I haven't been doing this that long and I'm not full-time. Well, off and on I'm full-time. Does that make sense? Like I'm full-time while I'm full-time and then I'm not for a while. You can just subscribe and see what comes along. We're just gonna keep going on adventures and sharing them. And Sailor's cute, so tune in for Sailor content. Okay, graceful exit coming up. You can stay. Oh God, don't watch this. This is gonna be really awkward. Ah, where's my step?